You understand the benefits of incorporating video for your business. You're ready to begin creating video content and have decided to use your mobile phone to achieve this. To help you, I'm going to share 5 tips that will assist you in making those videos better without having to use any editing software. Within your industry, you have an opinion and you want to voice that opinion. There are different ways to do this, and video is but one. The following 5 tips I'm going to share with you will help you create visually quality videos using nothing more than your mobile phone. Before we get into the tips, there are some decisions that you need to make. That being number 1, what platform will you be sharing your videos on? 2, landscape over portrait orientation. Number 3, why you are doing this. And number 4, what you hope to achieve. Understanding these 4 key points will assist you in the overall aesthetic, experience and engagement of your videos. So let's get into the tips. My 5 tips. Number 1, ease of setup. You're a busy person. You understand the benefits of producing video content. But video creation isn't your area of expertise, and it's not the main source of your revenue. So why make this difficult for yourself? Keep the setup as simple as possible. And I say this for 2 reasons. If you have to think about having to put together an elaborate setup, the likelihood is you're not going to bother, meaning no video. Number 2, you have an idea spring to mind and you want to get the message put down in video form. Being able to walk yourself into the corner of a room and hit record reduces the possibility of you forgetting the great idea, or delaying recording it means it loses its impact. Tip number 2, lighting. Keep your lighting setup simple. Use available light or a single light to begin with. Now, depending on where you are shooting your video will determine what type of light source you use. For example, if you're outside, then the available light will be your friend. It's one less thing for you to have to concern yourself with. It's in abundance and it's free. If, however, you are filming inside, then the ambience of the room you're using needs to be considered. The most natural light is the available light. So if you can position yourself next to a window, this is great. If natural light isn't an option for you, then you will need to invest in a good light. You don't have to break the bank. A good sized ring light will do the trick, and it will offer balance. You will of course be restricted to the type of look you can achieve. So if you're looking to create something a little more dramatic or edgy, then additional lights may be required. But the same rule applies when it comes to the ease of setup. Tip number 3, length of videos. With so much at our fingertips to distract our minds, people's attention spans are becoming increasingly shorter. So to give yourself a fighting chance in the beginning, I would suggest keeping your videos as brief as possible. When first starting out, bear in mind you are unknown, and therefore I would recommend keeping your videos under 30 seconds. Once you have built your community, then people are more likely to hang around for longer periods of time. Number 4, look at the camera. When talking into your phone, it's easy to talk at the screen, as this is where the moving image is. But try to avoid this and look into the camera. The reason for this is when you play it back, if you look at the screen, it appears like you're talking off or slightly off screen, off camera. But by looking into the camera, into the lens, the effect is that you are talking to the viewer. Another point worth bearing in mind is the difference between talking at the face of your phone or the back. I have an iPhone 13 which has a dual camera system, main and ultra wide lens on the back, and a true depth camera on the front. Now, when using this device, both provide 12 megapixels. However, the difference really comes when we talk about the aperture. So the dual 12 megapixel camera system it's the main camera is f1.6 aperture and an ultra wide f2.4 aperture and 120 degree field of view. And the true depth camera system has an aperture of 2 or f2.2. For what you're mainly going to be using your mobile device for when it comes to recording yourself, there is really only one thing to consider when deciding whether you talk to the camera on the back or on the face of the device, certainly if you're using a similar phone to myself. If you struggle to talk to the face of the device without looking at yourself on the screen, then I would suggest that you use your camera on the rear of the device, as this simply removes the temptation to look at the moving image. Number 5, talk to the phone like you would as though you were having a conversation. Hold the phone up. One thing I've noticed when I watch people talking on their phones, particularly on LinkedIn, is that they always hold their phone down. This isn't how we converse with one another. I would like to think that you are head up, looking the person in the eyes and talking to their face. So why would you do the opposite when recording yourself with your phone? Hold that camera up and talk to it as though it was the person standing in front of you. When starting out creating videos for your business, by applying these 5 tips, you will develop a good foundation that you can build upon as you become more confident in front of the camera. After that, there are no limitations, so go hit record. Until next time, be creative, be inspired, be you.